Build Up, the show about the shows in between the shows. WWE superstars Maryse and Mike are here to talk about their new unscripted series, Miz and Mrs., which gives fans an unfiltered look at the power couple's lives as they adapt to becoming first-time parents to their daughter, Monroe Sky.
Oh, she is so cute. You know what else was really cute? There's so many fans outside the studio so excited to see the Miz and Mrs.
Yeah.
And we actually talked to them a little bit earlier. Let's toss to a clip. We're outside the studio getting excited for the arrival of the Miz and Mrs. And we're talking to the fans.
Woo! They're showing up right now.
Oh, look,
The
cameras
crowd's going
ready. They're
nuts.
so excited. We got action figures,
And
pictures
real
to
fans.
sign.
Here they
You guys
come.
excited?
Here he comes. Oh, there he is. There he goes.
Oh, my
Wow.
gosh.
There
Oh, my
goes the
gosh,
Miz.
that was amazing.
Maryse, yes. There she goes. Now this is a power couple. That is a power
Oh, my
couple.
gosh.
They are powerful.
So
Wow,
gorgeous.
you guys-
Was that the most exciting moment of your life?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it couldn't get any better than this.
I saw the Miz look right at you. He knows you're a fan. That was so cool, just like your action figure, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this was so hype. I mean,
Are
just
you
watching
guys
them
excited?
pass by.
I think he
Yeah.
might have gotten on his
Did you get a
Instagram.
shot?
Did you get
Did
any
you get a shot for your
Instagram there?
Instagram?
Did you feel that?
Oh, not yet.
Not
Man,
yet. Well,
you can be
might.
ready when they come back outside.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You might have
What's
got
your
a shot.
favorite move?
Skull crushing finale.
Ooh,
Yeah!
skull-crushing
Crush
finale.
those skulls!
Love
Oh
it.
man, so good. Teresa, you getting these signed for your grandkids, I heard?
I got nothing signed, but I hope they do sign for my grandkids. They're big fans.
They will, they will.
I hope so. I hope so. Otherwise, I won't be a good grandmother.
Oh, do you think you'll
nobody
do
should
a
be
wrestling
judging you
move
that
on
hard.
them?
No, I would never hurt anybody. That's not the right thing to do.
Well, it's okay to do a wrestling move when it's appropriate. Sometimes you gotta do a little squeeze and dunk.
No, because
Nope.
this is what happens from a wrestling move.
Oh no!
Oh, so you were a former wrestler.
You used to wrestle. We didn't know that about you. That's
Stop
actually
picking on
new
me.
information.
I won't, all right.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, you guys
Woo!
excited?
Yeah, the Miz and
Maryse.
Mrs.
Awesome.
So hype.
Wow.
And you know what? We have a studio of more fans. Let's keep on talking to them. Who would like to come up?
Anybody want to come up? Oh,
Oh,
yes.
you over there.
Yes, sir, in the back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Come on
yeah.
up.
Come on up.
Come on up. Let's get 'em a mic.
Fans. I love talking to fans.
I love it. I love it. Let's give it a hand for him. Yes. Yes. buddy.
What's
Come on
up?
over
Come on here. Get in the
How are
middle. Hey, what's your name?
Ira.
Ira, nice to
Ira,
meet you.
What's up?
You too.
So are you super excited? Super excited?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
How long well, you're wearing a wrestling shirt, so you're obviously the real deal. How long have you been into wrestling?
Most of my life. I think since I was 8 and in my 30s now.
Wow.
That's a true fan. Have you been going to matches? You go to the live stuff?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good, good. Have you ever seen the Miz or Maryse perform?
Yes, I have.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. How was it?
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. He's very good in the ring.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite move?
Skull crushing finale.
Yeah, everybody loves a skull crushing finale. Could you show us what it looks like on Rob? Just crushes.
Yeah, without too much actual destroying.
Yeah,
Just
don't
give me
kill
like a
Rob.
light, gentle, okay. Oh boy. I'm scared now.
Down.
Whoa.
Okay.
on the
Okay.
floor.
Slowly. Yeah. Down on the floor. Okay. Here we go.
That would be it, and then
That would-
put you over and pin you.
Wow.
Wow. Give it
Woo!
up.
That was a great tutorial right there.
So much. Yeah.
I thought Rob was just gonna get crushed. I
I
was
didn't
like,
want to hurt the guy.
Yeah. I thought it
Yeah,
felt like
oh.
a shoe coming towards me.
I love it. You are a gentle giant
Thank you very
yourself.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So full of
amazing,
heart.
Amazing.
Well, we wanted to play a quick little game with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this game is called Wrestling Move, or a drink that someone named Tanya would order at the bar. You never really know.
You ready
Okay.
to play?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, your first question is nip slip. Is that a wrestling move or a drink?
Drink.
Wow.
Oh, you're right.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, he was sweating. He was like, "Is this right?" What do you think a wrestling move called a nip slip would look like?
Something that they couldn't air on WWE TV.
Yeah,
you
probably
go.
not
You're smart.
kid friendly. True.
Smart.
I
for the
love that
television
answer.
Producer in you.
All right. What about earthquake?
That was a wrestling move.
Oh, really? We have it down as a drink. Is it a wrestling move?
Both.
Yeah, it was.
Both.
I remember it being a wrestling move in like the 90s.
Oh yeah. Oh, the '90s. Taking it
Yeah.
throwback.
Retro.
Look at you.
Well, if you want to know about the earthquake drink, it's absinthe, whiskey, and gin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yum. Sounds delicious. How about this one? diving Hurricane Rana.
That's definitely a wrestling move.
Definitely a wrestling move.
You're a pro. You know. Yeah.
Now, I wanna get Shannon. Can you guess what a diving Hurricane Rana looks like? Because I don't know if you're that intense of a wrestling fan.
I mean, yeah. Back in the day, I watched a little bit of wrestling. You know, I've dipped out, so I don't know all the moves. But if I had to guess, I'd say a diving Hurricane Rana is probably like, so you like dive onto the person, you're like, ugh, and then you like whip up like a hurricane, and then I guess that the Rana part is like a piranha shout out. So you just start munching on their skin and bite their flesh.
Wow.
Is that right?
Close, but not quite there.
Oh, okay. So there's no cannibalism?
No.
Oh, weird.
Extra credit for
That's
cannibalism,
weird.
I'd say.
That's a good word.
Yeah, right. Cannibalism. Yeah, okay. So one more for you, and then we'll move on. What about the elephant shake?
I'm guessing that's a drink.
He's right. That's correct.
Oh,
That's an
yeah.
elephant shake. All right.
Thank you so much. You're a winner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, that was great.
That was great. So we should play with someone else, right? We got a little.
Well, you know, I think right now we should really just talk about how much we love wrestling.
Okay. Well,
Because,
I can't contain myself. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Whoa.
oh no, wait, what's happening right
Something's
now?
happening. Someone's coming.
I think a wrestler's
wait.
coming to the
Is it?
stage.
Oh my gosh.
All right, it's
This-
Matt the Forte.
No, it's
He's
just me.
here live, ready to crush
Guys, no,
people.
you're gonna applaud, but that's very kind.
Please get ready, get ready.
He's
Oh
the big
my
guy.
gosh, look
there
at
he
him.
is. Look at him. He's got
Guys,
his
I'm
black
literally just
button-up
gonna ask
shirt.
questions.
He's asking questions, the hard questions. They're gonna take you down and destroy your life.
I feel
Crush
like you're
your
making
history.
this job sound a lot cooler than it
Oh.
is. Those lights were amazing, though.
Look at him. He's threatening us with his cards.
Guys,
what is he gonna do?
Seriously,
Now,
guys,
what's
I'm
he
just,
gonna do with
I'm
those?
just gonna
He's
sit in the
sit.
chair.
He's gonna
I'm
sit.
sitting in it. No.
Oh, he's got the chair. The chair is down.
Oh
All right.
my God! Did you see those
there.
thighs?
Guys.
Oh, now he's crossing the leg. I saw the cross the leg. The signature
He's leaning
leg.
back. He's leaning
I just,
back.
this is my signature move now? Is
Oh
this?
my God! The lean back. The Matt Forte lean back.
All right. Hey, just stop for a second. Have you even seen Build before? Do you know what I do? Do you
You're
know?
a wrestler.
Doing the high-pitched straight man.
No, I-
Yeah, he's
asking the
explaining it.
questions of what we
All right,
do.
hang on. Let me just see something real quick. Are you guys excited for Miz and Miss? You excited the Miz is here, Maryse is here?
Woo!
You see that? I feel like, first of all, thank you for that. If you could do that in every room I walk into from here on out, I'd appreciate that. But
You got
also, I think we should start the build. You guys, I think we should start the build. You
I
wanna
am
start
so
Okay,
ready for
let's
build.
start the build.
Yes, let's do
start
it.
build.
All right, go ahead. Toss to the camera. Let them know. Let them know we're starting the build. Let's do it.
Thanks for hanging with us on Build Up. But next up, Mike and Maryse are up on Build with Forte.
I'm leaning. Oh my goodness, hello world, what is up? Welcome to The Build. I'm your host, Matt Forte. We are here live at the Build Studio in New York City. I couldn't think of a better way to start our day, my friends. Our first guests have a combined social media following of 4 or 5 million fans, something like that, something crazy. But why wouldn't they? They have both worked incredibly hard to get to where they are, have more belts and championships under one roof than I can count. They are quite literally the definition of a power couple. But are they prepared for arguably their greatest challenge yet? Forget all the matches. Forget performing for 20,000 people. Now, all they got to do is perform for just one. That's right. Are they ready for parenthood? We're going to find out. We're going to talk to them today, see how they're doing. But come next Tuesday, 10/9 Central on USA, we all get to watch the journey unfold when Miz and Mrs. finally hits the air. Here to tell us all about the show and everything they've been up to. Guys, Maryse and Mike, the Miz Mizanin are here. How do you feel about that? Huh? How do you feel? That's exactly how I feel. So we're going to bring them out in just a second. But before we do, I believe we have a sneak peek at the upcoming premiere episode. So let's go ahead and run that clip.
This is an RV.
No.
We get an RV. Both family. Why not?
You're saying that you want to take this Winnebago to go to Austin?
Winnebago. It's a Winnebago.
It's a Winnebago.
It's a Winnebago. I would like to drive ourselves.
I'd like to make it alive to Austin,
I'm a good
Texas.
driver.
No, you never drove an RV before.
How long does it take to figure out how to drive an RV?
Mike, I can barely fit in the bathroom.
I'll stop to a gas station.
Hey, Mom, can you please help me with the cat and the dog and the baby?
It's a family event. Excuse me. You were saying?
And we don't have time to around.
What do you want to do?
We fly.
How are we gonna fly?
Private jet.
A private jet? Out of everything that I thought you would come out of your mouth, do you have any idea how much a private jet costs? That's out of the question. A private jet?
I'm about to go over there and drop kick the out of you.
Pumpkin, I'm gonna ask you a serious question, and I want you to give me a serious answer. If you wanna drive in this Winnebago, just lick your lips. Pumpkin, give me a sign. Oh, there it is. Pumpkin, you wanna drive in the Winnebago? Who wants to drive in the Winnebago?
We fly.
You wanna drive in the Winnebago? Yes, you do. She wants to drive in the Winnebago. It's the best day ever.
You're not driving.
No, okay.
Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, make a ridiculous amount of noise. WWE superstars Maryse and Mike, the Miz Mizanin, right here. Right here. Come on. Oh, man, welcome, welcome. Does that ever get old, by the way? No.
Never.
Never.
Never. I love that people are wearing my shirts. It's fantastic.
So awesome.
Very nice.
Congratulations on everything. Beautiful new baby. A wonderful, fantastic show. All these great things are going on. I'm excited to talk to you about this. But first, as is tradition for me here at Build, I love starting with just, how are you? How's New York going? How's life right now? How are you guys doing?
We don't sleep.
Yeah. We don't sleep. We don't eat. It's just nonstop all day, every day. It's all about Monroe. It's about our daughter. And, you know, people always tell us, you know, having a kid will change your life. And we're like, yeah, whatever. Who cares, right? You always wonder why your friends with kids are always, like, in bed by 10 p.m. And now I understand why. Like, 9:30? Sorry, it's bedtime, kids.
We tried to go to a movie last week, and we were like, oh, it's 9:45. It's way too late. We can't
go to that movie because we'll fall asleep during it.
What were you going to go see? What were you trying?
Well, we went to go see Deadpool 2, right?
Okay.
So I know, right? Clapping your hands, really good movie, right? So we're watching it, we're enjoying it. All of a sudden, I look to my left, my wife's sleeping. Oh. And then
I've never done that in my life.
We've never done that. And then all of a sudden, I just find myself dozing off, and I'm like, I'm loving this movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, it's just because I have no time to sleep anymore.
It's no critique on the film whatsoever.
No, I loved the film.
Yeah.
From what I saw of it.
The pieces you caught were fantastic.
Just Monroe is a full-time job. Like,
100%.
to parents out there, mothers and fathers, it is the toughest job out there, so I applaud each and every one of you.
Yeah.
That's actually Monroe.
Applause for Monroe, yeah.
Change my diaper, Dad.
Every day.
I was going to say, you guys look amazing for what I would imagine to be is two very tired individuals right now with the new baby promoting it. You're on a press tour. Like, how has it been, not just being new parents, but balancing all the stuff, all the obligations, all the things you guys got to do?
Being a WWE superstar, I mean, you have to adjust to everything, adjust to a schedule. We're on the road 250 days a year, so we're very good at adjusting. However, we're good. Now you add another human being, it's about adjusting another person's life. And not only that, it's very difficult for me nowadays to travel. You know, when I have to leave the house and leave my daughter, I mean, she sends me videos. FaceTime is my savior now. My other WWE superstars will look at me on a phone being like, hey, what you do? Here's my little baby. What is she up to? And I'm like, just leave me alone, guys. I'm having a moment with my daughter.
Practicing for a promo. Yeah. I'm curious, because we see a little bit of this in the show, too. We start about 20 days out from your due date. And, Maryse, you're already there. For you, it's real. It's been real for you for a while when we get to you in the show. And, Mike, we get to watch it kind of hit you in waves and sort of find its way towards you. And I'm wondering, you know, in that period, once it hits you, and even now that it's real and Monroe is here, have you had to, or have you found yourself in your head sort of recalibrating and reassessing, like, what kind of risks you were willing to take before in the ring versus now, or on the job in general? Like, do you think of things differently now that you've got this little person?
I don't know if you've watched WWE, but I've never been injured, and I don't have to knock on wood or anything like that. I've been very, very fortunate because WWE is a very dangerous sport, you know, and so I've been very, very fortunate. But as far as my scheduling, that's more of what I look at now. Like, what's important? What's important enough to leave my daughter to go and do and perform? And so you have to kind of weigh your options. and make sure that you always spend enough time. Because I don't want to be the dad that's not there. I want to be the dad that's there. I want to see her grow. You know, I'll never forget, like, you know, her first month, I had to go do an 18-day tour to Europe. I come back, and she had her in her arms, and she saw me, and she smiled. And I went, oh, my gosh. It melted my heart. And then when I put her in my arms, and I had to burp her, I noticed that her face got bigger. And I was like, and each and every month that she's alive, she just gets bigger and bigger, and things change, and you don't realize this, and you want to be there for it, but you also know that you have a job. Yeah. And so I think everyone goes through this. You weigh your options and what you have to do in order to be a successful parent as well as a successful in your job.
That's one of the things we were talking in the green room that I really loved about the show is that you guys are WWE superstars, but watching this show, it's so much fun. You're dealing with the same bullshit that we're all dealing with. It's just like it's the same thing. You're like, oh yeah, I've had to figure that out before.
And I don't think people know us like that, you know, because you know us from WWE. We're villains. That's what the characters that we play.
We're the bad guys.
But in real life, we're like totally different. Yeah. And I think you get to see that on Miz and Mrs. And then, you know, it's pretty ridiculous. We went through a lot of struggles. I think every episode is just, and it's real. I was telling my sister everything that happened on the trip from LA to Austin, and she was like, Maryse, no one is going to believe you. It sounds not real. Yeah. But it was real as hell for us. I mean, you guys are going to love it. Yeah. It's very funny.
For us. Worst move in the history of moves. Like everything really that went wrong, that could go wrong, went wrong. And it wasn't like, ooh, this would be good. Like you couldn't write this. Like the stuff that was happening to us.
I decided to laugh because I said
we should have took a private jet.
I'm gonna be crying. Like
She was right. We should have took a private. I would have paid anything not to go through what we went through on that move from LA to Austin.
That's funny because you kind of arrive in a similar place with the whole cake thing. Is this a theme I'm picking up on that ultimately you're always right?
Oh, always, but
isn't that in every relationship? The woman's always right. I mean,
but you wanted to save money with the delivery.
Who doesn't want to save money?
The reason why I wanted to do this
for a delivery charge on a cake. I'll pay. By the way, I used to buy sheet cakes at the grocery store for $30. This girl wants to buy $1,000 cake, and not only that, it costs $100 to deliver. I'll deliver the damn thing.
Well, okay, go ahead and applaud.
First of all, the reason why I wanted a delivery is because there's a reason why, like the gender reveal cake, right? Yes. He picked it up the whole time he was calling me, telling me, oh my gosh, it's gonna break. It's not gonna hold itself. It's the gender reveal. Yeah. If it breaks, you'll know if it's a girl or a boy. Yeah. So you freaked me out so bad with the delivery
after
cake.
these debacles that have happened on this.
I have to deal with this the rest of my life. It's great.
Poor you, $1,000 cake. They're not going to feel sorry for you talking about private jets. Oh, poor Maryse. Oh, how terrible. Oh, you have to fly. I want a private jet.
I can't help but feel obligated, without spoiling anything, in Maryse's defense, you were terrible at delivering that cake. You have to admit that.
Thank you.
You did a terrible job.
I blame my dad.
As we all
like, you'll all get to meet our parents on this show, and George Mizanin always seems to is able to make me do things I don't want to do. At all times.
My husband is, 36 years old?
37, thanks, babe.
Well, same thing.
But thank you for giving me that year.
Blame your dad.
Looks like he's 28.
25. Thank you. Very nice. You know, I'm curious, all the preparation, you guys are professional athletes, you train, you do all these things, but nothing can prepare you for Monroe, really, until she's here, right? What's been an unexpected challenge that you found since she's arrived? Something that you didn't think was going to be not a problem, but a challenge, yeah.
You know, you always hear that, you know, your kids will poop and pee on you when you're changing them, but you never think it would happen to you until it happens to you. And then you're just like, it's like, Monroe, stop, please. So yeah, Monroe has definitely pooped and peed and puked on me numerous times.
That's the rite of passage, isn't it?
Never did I ever think that would ever happen in my life.
Maryse?
You know, I thought sleeping 8 hours or 9 hours was just all right. So yeah, it's not that bad. If you would have told me 5 years ago, yeah, you're going to sleep 2 hours at a time, I would have laughed. No, never. But it's real. Yeah. For anyone that has a kid, oh my God, or multiple children, wow, I can't believe that. I would.
See, I'm so glad you guys are.
It's tough.
We're so lucky to have you guys here, not only because this is a great show and we get to talk about it, but you are at that point. A lot of my friends are having kids. My wife and I have been married for 2 years. We haven't had kids yet. We're talking about it, but a lot of our friends are having kids, and you're at that point where the reality is still just hitting you in the face every day. You guys are like, man, it's beautiful, but wow, like it's
I
a
was
thing.
taking lefts and rights from Rocky each and every time. I was just getting jabbed and punched. I'm just like, oh my, how much can I take? How much can I take? Because just with the schedule with WWE, I mean, when we moved from Los Angeles to Austin, we had 24 hours to get everything in. The reason being is I was flying to Saudi Arabia. So my wife, who just had a kid, just had Monroe a week ago, is about to leave. I'm about to leave her by herself and go to Saudi Arabia and just moving. So we needed a moving company to get there. Moving company never showed up. So she was left without any of her stuff or anything, just sitting in an empty house with a week.
But I think the move was worse. I mean, we had to move in a tour bus with 2 cats and 2 dogs.
I wanted to go in my
mom.
Jeep, put a U-Haul on the back, let's go. Not so much for this one.
No one would do that.
Everybody does that.
People do it all
That's
No.
the norm.
All right.
Not with a family of, like, we had a zoo. That bus was like a zoo.
You had a menagerie. You did.
Cats
the
went
cats, the
absolutely
dog.
nuts.
How they, I want to talk to you about this show, but I'm just made of questions. How have the animals been with Monroe? Has that been fine? Have they been good?
Pumpkin's a little jealous. She's a min pin, and she was our baby.
Yeah.
Like, she was everything. When she would come to the house, or when I would walk into the house from being gone from WWE, she would literally jump up on me, kiss me in the face, pee herself because she was so excited about seeing me. Now she knows that the first thing I go for is Monroe, not Pumpkin, and Pumpkin's a little jealous. She's not mean jealous, but she just gives looks like, really? This is. Do you remember me?
Thought we had something. Yeah. No, that's everybody goes through that, man. So I was curious how because I could see like the love you guys have for your animals as well. All right, let's do it. We've talked a little bit about it, but where did the idea even come from? How did you guys decide you were gonna do this? The timing was perfect. You guys are perfect for it. Was it brought to you? Was it your idea? Where did this show come from, man?
So I didn't want to do a reality show because back when I was on a reality show back in 2001, The Real World Back to New York, Hollywood looked at it like, if you're on a reality show, you're the scum of the earth, you're nothing, you're nobody, you're a talentless hack, you can't do anything. And so that's kind of the mentality that I always had a chip on my shoulder. It's kind of why I've always worked so hard in everything I've done to kind of prove everyone and get the respect that I feel like I deserve and showcase the talent that I believe I possess. So going into years upon years upon years, like 3 years ago, they came with us and we were just like, nah, I don't want to do it because they saw our chemistry on Total Divas and they were like, oh, we got to have this. And then I started looking at everything and I was like, wow, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of this is reality. Yeah. I know exactly what everyone's doing at any given time. And I was like, you know what? If we can do it by our rules, if we can be executive producers and really put out a show there, and I didn't want to call it a reality show. I didn't want to call it unscripted because I immediately think fake. Yeah. I wanted it to be a docuseries. I want to document our lives. I want to show these people exactly who we are at home and what it's like to be WWE superstars on the road, be first-time parents, and being in the entertainment industry, and what the struggles are like. And so I also wanted to make it one of those shows that you don't look at, where you look at it like Curb Your Enthusiasm, like Seinfeld, like you look at it like a sitcom, and you sit back and you relax, you get out of your reality and step into ours and just laugh about it.
No, and you guys have hit the nail on the head. I was really curious to kind of, because, you have a history, of doing reality back in the day there. So, like, the process has clearly evolved since then. And I'm wondering, when you walked on set day one, where you were like, certain things that you were expecting that changed. Like, okay, so they don't do that anymore. We have, or you guys were in control of it, so you really got to call the shots.
They hate when we break the fourth wall.
Yeah?
But like I said, I'm a big Deadpool fan. Some of the notes that we would get is, can you stop breaking the fourth wall? And I go, no. I think it's way better. It allows us to show you guys that we're in on the joke. Mm-hmm. We know what's going on. And sometimes I enjoyed The Office when Jim would just look at the camera and give you a look. Yes. Because guess what? My dad will say something and I just go, You know what I mean? And it's just, it's like we're in on it, and I think sometimes people think it takes you away from the story. And I told USA, I told WWE, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just trying to make something shiny and new and different. And we're gonna do things that are out of the norm that you're not used to. But allow us to do it because I guarantee if you allow us to be creative, we'll showcase something and give something that people aren't seeing right now.
Yeah. I think you do exactly that, Maryse. I'm curious, when the timing was all going to work out, that it was going to be documenting this, for a lot of people, very stressful, deeply personal moment in their lives, were you hesitant at all to be like, yeah, sure, follow me around while I'm pregnant? Like, sure, why not? Like,
I filmed until I was 5 days. Like 5 days before giving birth.
wow.
And then my husband had the brilliant idea to bring 45 cameras in the delivery room.
I want to capture the moment. I was the only one allowed, so I had a camera on my head.
Yeah, the GoPro, the chest.
The whole thing. I was going to edit the whole thing. She didn't allow it.
I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram today, but I posted a gift, and it's my husband waving, and I'm having a contraction, and he's asking me to smile for the camera.
Oh, jeez, Mike.
I just wanted something to remember, the moment by, and...
Thank you.
But I guess it was hurting a little bit.
Even men, everyone.
There are numerous disapproving head shakes
I love
throughout
that
the audience.
every mom out there was just like,
Mike. This guy. I mean, all right, to come to your defense now, it comes from a place of love, right?
absolutely.
That's where it comes from.
I was trying to make her laugh, and she was just like, this isn't a time for funny. Stop being funny. Just sit here, hold my hand, and support me. And
I got nauseous, and I asked Mike for a bag because I was going to vomit, and he gets out of the room, gets a trash can.
Well, hold on a second. To my defense, she goes, I'm about to throw up. I'm like, oh my, there's no trash can in the entire room. I'm running down the hall. I drag the biggest trash can in, and you just see people just staring at me going like this, and I'm just bring it in, go like that, and she goes, I meant those things. So I guess there's these little puke bags that you can get that are right next to the bed. Didn't know that. Had no idea. That's what she wanted. But she had a whole garbage can and she needed it.
For. Yeah, there you go.
That's love.
Over-prepared is
Thank
what
you.
it is.
I appreciate it.
That's love, babe.
It's great.
We're getting a lot of it on stage today, but another great part of this show are those little those confessional moments. You get them on The Office too, where they sit there and you give your commentary, you deliberately break the fourth wall, and you guys are constantly cracking each other up. Actually, that reminds me, the first episode opens up with you desperately trying to keep Mike on track, and you cannot stop talking about how much you hate the chair. How are the chairs? Are these okay?
Chairs are absolutely fantastic. So
okay, good.
So in reality world, you have these interviews, right? And they got the worst chair. You sit there for 4 hours in this chair. 4 hours, you're sitting there answering questions, and it's the most uncomfortable chairs. I'm a WWE superstar. My back hurts 24/7, and they got these crappy seats.
Oh,
I'm supposed to be the A-lister.
Mike, I'm like 8 months pregnant, and I'm not complaining.
I was complaining for you, too. It wasn't just for me.
Oh, my God. All right. I have a million questions, but I want to make sure we have plenty of time for our audience. I know we have audience questions, so we've got some microphones out there. Are we going to start right here in the front? Is that where you're pointing? All right, first one's going to be you guys, and then we'll go over here. No, we're going to do them first, then you. Well, let's talk. Let's see whose mic is on. We've broken the fourth wall at this point. Talking to your mic, buddy. What do you got?
How does it feel to be parents?
It's the most amazing gift you could ever be given. It was when Monroe, when I saw her for the first time, heard her cry for the first time, all I want to do is put her in my arms and make her stop crying. Like, I have done things now that I never thought I'd do. I never thought I'd be singing, dancing, putting on musicals, plays, anything to entertain my daughter, I will do. And it's been amazing.
Yeah, it's the best gift. I mean, I've been gone for, a day and a half? And I feel like it's been 6 months.
I have to pry her away from her, from Monroe.
Yeah, I want to be with her 24/7. I just, she's sleeping, and I just stare at her. So no wonder why I'm so tired. Instead of sleeping myself, I just sit there and take 100 photos and videos.
And I get all those videos, which are amazing.
What do you hear in your head when you're just sitting there staring, just marveling at this moment?
Well, we usually hear her, she tries talking. So,
she's going to speak French, by the way, so we can have conversations.
Yeah, that's great. Real good conversations for me. I can't speak French. Her and her mom sit there and talk about me all the time in French, and I know they're talking about me because she's like, yeah.
Has the show with the subtitles been a breakthrough for you? Seeing all their conversations?
Now I get to see their commentary because they just every time we're at dinner, I just look at them. I'm just like, you guys are talking about me, aren't you? No.
We're like, no, but he keeps hearing Mike. Mike.
It's kind of hard to cover your tracks. We got a bunch more. We're going to do another one right here. Now it's your turn. Go for it.
Hi. First of all, congratulations. I know you guys hear it a lot, but congratulations. Miz, I've been a fan for a long time. I was at WrestleMania 27 when you walked in as champ and walked out as champ. So hopefully we see another world title soon. But my question is, you guys are the best at being bad guys. It's a rare, I mean it, like it's a rare ability today in 2018 to be a bad guy. But this show shows how likable and how nice you guys actually are. So are you worried that it's going to affect your wrestling personality at all?
No, I'm really good at my job. Okay. I can make you hate me just like that.
I don't know.
It's very,
I don't know.
you know, I've come to a confidence in WWE to where I can be put in any situation and feel like I'm able to succeed. And I think it takes a long time for superstars to get to that level. And I think there's a lot of great younger talent coming in WWE that are very good. And honestly, when I was younger, I thought I was ready. I was confident. I was even at WrestleMania 27. There's no one better than me, this, that, and the other thing. But you don't realize these certain things until it happens and it just clicks. And then you're like, you know what? And people are like, yeah, people are going to start liking you. Let them like me. That's fine. But I guarantee you, when I get in that WWE ring, if I want you to dislike me, I'm going to make you dislike me. And there's going to be shades of gray because I'm going to say a lot of truths, and sometimes it just hits the tail on the head, you know?
That's a great question. Thank you for that. We got 3 more. We're going to do it. But real quick, just to that end, you did something recently. You started folding Monroe's name into your promos, and you started saying it over and over.
Oh, yeah. So for instance, it's very endearing to be a parent, correct? So what is the most annoying thing you can do as a parent? Do you ever have those people that just keep on talking about their kids 24/7 to you, and you can't stand them? There you go. So I was like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say Monroe, 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 Monroe until people are just like, shut up. We don't want to hear it anymore. We get it. You got a kid. Great. We all have kids.
And to your point, really good at your job. Brilliant call. 3 more. Next one's going to be right here. Go for it.
Hey, thanks for coming, guys. You mentioned the confidence that you're at right now, and I really think that when Maryse made her return, that was kind of when I saw a career resurgence and been doing the best work of your career since then. And along with that, 2 guys like Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, you took them under your wing. Now they're the undefeated tag champs. So if you had to do it over again now, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live, anything, if you had to pick 2 guys who are similar to what you saw with Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, underutilized, kind of wasted talent a bit that you think would benefit from being in the Miz Trash, who would those be?
Wow. That's a loaded question because there is just so much talent out there. But I think that the guys that are stepping up right now, like I love Elias. I think he is just absolutely talented. I've always wanted to play guitar and sing. I can't do it. He can, and he knows how to get that crowd. And I think, I'd always talk to Elias, and he'd be like, man, I want to do more. I want to do more. I'm like, listen, you're doing exactly what you need to do right now. And the crowd's going to start loving you, and you're going to elevate and elevate and elevate. And I think he's going to end up being one of the main eventers very, very shortly. I think he's doing a terrific job. But I also think that, with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, I would watch them each and every day just doing nothing. And I was like, you know what? Give them to me. I'm on TV all the time, and they'd be like, yeah, but what if they just don't do anything? Guess what? They're with me. If they're with me, they're doing something. And I told them, I go, this is your opportunity. If whatever you want to do, whatever picture you want to paint for yourself as a character, do it. And they did exactly that. And I think they're doing a terrific job, and it just shows the talent that they have and what we can do to utilize that kind of showcase. I've been watching, who else is it? There's just so many. That you can sit there and talk about. I went blank for a while.
That was a great question. 2 more. We're going to do another one, and it is right over here. Go, sir.
How you doing, guys? I've been watching since the real world. I remember those episodes like it was yesterday. So to see you being a W superstar. When both your careers are done, what would be your most memorable moments as far as accomplishments and etc.?
Walking down the ramp with my husband at WrestleMania 33.
That's your most memorable moment?
Yeah. Tagging in and out of the ring at WrestleMania 33.
Yeah, it's funny that you said, like, ever since Maryse has come back and has been by my side, I felt like it was a resurgence for me, and it allowed me to really have the confidence. Anytime you have your wife telling you that you're the best, you're the greatest, there's no one better than you, it gives you that confidence. There's that camaraderie, that tag team that we have, that it's second to none. And that was one of the most memorable moments I'll ever have in my life, is walking down the ring to the ring at WrestleMania with my wife, doing Total Bella's Bull, as we all have seen and loved. It was a blast.
Was that one more? We're going to do one more question. It's coming from right here.
Hey, guys. So I want to congratulate you again. But I want to ask you, in baby Monroe Sky, who do you see more of, Maryse or Miz? And her looks and her personality, who do you see more of?
I think she's got, first of all, if she has 10% of Mike's personality, we're in trouble.
I think we're in luck more than in trouble.
Loads of charisma.
Loads of charisma. So far,
I think she's got your nose.
She's got my nose,
your
she's got my
eyes.
eyes, she's got her cheeks.
That's
personality-wise, a little bit of mixture. Whenever she's crying and, I need this right now, right there. Whenever she's smiling and happy, that's me.
And I was also wondering, I know you're French-Canadian, but I've always wondered, what's your ethnic background? Me? Yeah.
That's funny. She wants to know the same thing. She bought me one of those.
Ancestry DNA.
Let's do a swab test. I haven't done it yet.
It's really.
We don't know.
I think you might be German.
I don't know. What makes me German?
I mean, I have a history degree, so you ever need help, look me up.
All right. I have one of those swabs that I have to literally give them my spit.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for 3 weeks now for him to do it.
He'll collect the swab, and then he'll get back to us with the information. I guess that's what he's offering, I believe. I think we got to wrap it up, right? Okay, fair enough. We could do this all day. Guys, those were fantastic questions. That's exactly why I love leaving time. I am a huge fan of you guys. I'm a huge fan of this show. But you can never underscore the significance of the fan base that WWE has, that you guys have garnered. You got some of the best fans in the world. And watching this show is easy to see why. You're some of the best people we've had on here. So much fun. I had a ton of fun with you. Did you guys have fun?
We had a blast. Thank you so much.
I'm going to remind everybody before you get out of here, it is coming up, USA. It's next Tuesday, 10/9 Central. Miz and Mrs. is going to premiere. Do not miss it, everybody. I'm telling you, don't sleep on this show. It's fantastic. You're going to love it, all right? Everybody make some noise one more time for Mike and Maryse right here, please.